Today's episode is brought to you by PTZ Optics. Disability Upgrade. New Wave Toys and their Replicate Amusements products. And
Boom shakalaka! Hey everybody, it's Tim Kitzer here, the voice of some of your favorite video games like NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. And I'm here to talk to you about Old School Gamer Magazine. It's the magazine for retro gaming, and it's exploding. Kaboom! Print issues come out every other month, and if you want to go green, digital options are available. Visit oldschoolgamer.com and subscribe now. That's oldschoolgamer.com. Boom shakalaka! Kaboom!
All right. Let's see if we get everything going right here. I think Steven's got audio. My headphones
I got
just took a
audio.
tank.
Do I have audio? Let us know.
I think my headphones just took a tank. Let's see.
Oh, come on. Sounds
See
good.
if these come
All right,
back.
cool. Apparently, I'm good. Meaning there's audio, and you can't hear us because your battery died in your wireless headphones.
These things are.
So you
They're
need
supposed to be good
headphones with
headphones,
an actual
but
wire.
they're
so you
actually
don't have a
pretty
problem.
horrible. All right. So hopefully it doesn't get too much feedback from the TV. Oh, there we go. I think it's finally connecting. Maybe. Say something, Steven.
Say something, Steven.
Yeah, we go.
Say
Okay,
something.
they're back. These are
So
supposed to
how
be
are
good
you? How
headphones.
was your week? TGIF.
Yeah. Well, we opened up that new wing, so the hospital was very busy. I've been busy. As you can see, I'm down in the basement. We have all these different camera angles going here. I'm trying to move everything back down to the basement because, well, it's now May, just about May, and the guy who was coming to work on my sheetrock obviously was coming in December 5th. So being that it's
Last
5 months,
year?
yeah, 2023.
A little late there,
Yep.
Mr. Carpenter guy.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna bring stuff down, leave stuff the way it is, and kudos to the company that took $30,000 to water mitigation, which basically did nothing. I did most of the work myself, but no, I'm trying to clean out a bedroom. A bedroom has just been packed. I want to get that bedroom all cleaned out and emptied, and use it for
So you
other
carted all
things.
that stuff that was upstairs to there.
Not everything, but I'm working on it. Yeah, but tonight,
Damn.
about 2 hours before the show, I started like my brother's like, "Can I help you?" I'm just like, "Rrr!" I'm just ripping everything.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, just get out of my way, and trying to do the setup down here a little bit better. I mean, you can kind of see. I switch this thing over here. I'm trying to redo all of this stuff here. Let's see if I do this one. Where is it? So you can kind of see me here, and I can do a little pan tilt, maybe.
Because we can't get enough of Glenn.
Right, you can't get enough. So, all these are down here now. But I do worry, because if you look right behind me, I have these on pallets, at least. So they're off the ground. If there is another flood, I'm going to try and redo the drains. I'm going to try and do a lot of work. I'm trying to get myself back into life again with the pens. You know what I mean?
It depends.
With the pens, yeah.
You're not that old. Hey, guess what,
No.
everybody? Speaking of Depends, it's Glenn's birthday next week. So
yeah, next Friday.
Next Friday. So
yep.
It'll be maybe a happy birthday Glenn live stream. Who knows?
And my son will be 19 on Wednesday.
This upcoming Wednesday, or the 2 days
May
before
1st.
your birthday?
He's May 1st. So
well, my brother, he's May 4th, and my dad is May 15th.
Yep. I'm a turd. I'm a turd. May 3rd.
What is it? Toro, or if you believe in that whole, I won't say Scientology, but
Taurus.
Taurus, yeah. Toro.
Yeah, I'm Taurus. My son and I are both Tauruses.
In French, they say Taureau, but yeah, Taurus. I'm a half horse guy, so
yeah,
So
welcome everyone here for this Friday. Again, we didn't plan too much. I had a very, very busy. Not that we planned anything really anyway, but definitely didn't plan anything today.
I was gonna say, planning. What are you talking about? What show you been on for 100 episodes?
But literally, I'm trying to bring out got my bedroom. I got all my handhelds, Steven, in another bedroom that took up that small bedroom. Got my son's bedroom, and obviously his room is his room. Then I got the fourth bedroom that the arcades are in.
And your chains and leather in another bedroom?
All that stuff, yes. So I reached out to a couple people. I'm giving away some of my other arcades. Just gonna get rid of them, especially the arcade one-ups. Trying to get them out. And if anyone was like local, I reached out to them to see if they wanted it, and they're thinking about it. Just want to get them out. Just trying to reclaim that bedroom and
gotcha.
I have too much stuff. That comes to, you don't realize it. Like one day you kind of wake up.
We're junk collectors, Glenn.
Yeah, well,
retro collectors are junk collectors.
Well, I have a bit of a hoarding tendency. Like I keep the box of a box that New Wave Toys sends their stuff in. Like I keep those boxes, the whole thing. And I'm trying to get myself out of that. I think I finally got into the stage now where I'm looking around going, what do I want to focus my collection on? Like, where's my focus?
And when you die, you don't bring it with you.
And my son, we all know my son's not going. My son's just going to throw that stuff out the door. Pliskin's Run's youngest son was born on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, my daughter was born. It was hailing outside. My daughter was born. It was hailing when she was born outside.
You didn't call her Haley? You didn't call her Haley?
Haley Berry? No, we didn't do that. We saved her the trouble. So yeah, it was So
I just want to say
something. No, go ahead.
I just want to focus my collection on certain things. So I obviously want to do it on the the 1/6 scale, the small stuff. I'm going to keep definitely for right now. I was talking to Steven. I'll probably end up getting rid of my Zaxxon eventually. I've had that since I think I was 85, 86. I've had that since. I also got
tell him the story. It was actually pretty funny.
Oh, so my Zaxxon over here. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with a penny saver. It's just a little magazine that would come out once a week, and people just buy. It's all ads. It's just people buying ads.
Basically.
Cars. Back then, prostitutes, probably all the good stuff we would have had back then. And I used to look for old game systems. I wanted to find ColecoVision and stuff back then, or Intel, and no one ever had that stuff back then. I looked, no one ever had it. But once in a while, you see an arcade machine pop up on there, and I just happened to see I think it was $500. A guy had a Zaxxon. Now he listed it wasn't in great shape, and it wasn't in great shape. But I was 16, and I was working. I was working at Radio Shack. I always had a job. I had a job since I was 10, and so I called the guy up, and he came to the house, and he brought it in the house, in the living room.
Delivered it
in the living room of my mother and father's house. They come home from work, and they look at me like, "What the fuck's this?" And this fucking
ta-da!
Right there. I'm like, look at this. This is an arcade. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Get
I'm
that
like,
out of
well,
here.
Yep. And I actually had me and my cousins shoved it. And my parents was a small house. It was like a 1,300 square foot house. It wasn't a very big house I grew up in. Shoved this thing up the stairs, turned the tiniest corner, and I'm at the far end of this hallway. And the hallway is like a hard S, like a hard. So we got it in there. And it took right. So I had a Zaxxon in my bedroom. I had my Pro Play home arcade in there. I had my desk with my TI and my Amiga on it, and I think I even got rid of my bed, and I got it was a couch that converted to a bed, which at first was great, but after like a year, it was like the bar was in your back. I mean, it's like you were sleeping on bars. But,
they turn into that. Did
yeah,
you know?
Yeah. So real quick, we have some people.
House, your parents show up and then
yeah. Well, my cousins came over. They came over. They played the game.
They
loved
it probably.
They did. Let's
That's
go
funny.
to
We
people in
drank
the
at
chat
the
real
exact
quick.
same time.
Oh, did we? Did we?
That was funny. I'm lifting my glass. Going, what's he doing?
Well, this is a new brand of strawberry margarita I'm trying tonight.
Mine is just H20. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
I can't drink the sugary stuff, so it's not good. So, but what I did want to bring up earlier, I asked you before the show. I said, "Have you watched the Fallout series?" And you said yes. And what episode did you say you're at? The
four episodes. I've never played the game, but I knew about the game. And to be quite honest, when I first saw it, I was thinking BioShock. Like that was like the first thing I was. Yeah, that's the first thing. I'm like, where's the mech suits with the little girls? Where is that? And then I realized it was Fallout, right? So I'm in 4 episodes in, and not knowing anything about the game, I'm saying I'm just enjoying the show. Like, I watched the first episode. I get it. It's like a spoof on 1950s kind of thing.
Post-war,
right?
Type of thing. So first of all, it's not based on it's based on the games, but it's not a game in a sense where they took the exact story of a game or anything like that. So it's in that world, but it's a unique story on the vault culture and the Brotherhood of Steel and the ghouls and all that stuff, and it's kind of somewhere else, The BioShock. They were supposed to make a BioShock movie at one point. They canned it. Yeah, they were going to do that, and it didn't fly.
Probably better than coming out with one of Warcraft and leaving me hanging. Pliskin's Run.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool if CGI got really, really cheap, and then they made another one, and on a TV show or something. Then it would make sense. But the Fallout series, I've watched the whole thing. We watched the last episode.
8 episodes or 10?
It's 8. 8.
Okay.
And it's full of twists and turns. Let me tell you, and it's really good. Like it's. There's no wonder that this thing is taking off like gangbusters. It's so good. It is.
I'm enjoying
a very good series. I think it's really, really good. And you know what? This is proof that you can make a movie or TV show on a video game and be successful at it if it's done right.
If it's done right.
Fallout, if Fallout is the roadmap for that, so be it. Because they do a really good job. It's well done. It's great. So hopefully people in chat, I don't know. In season 2, yes, Adam, it was confirmed. I did see that, and I'm excited because when you see the end, you're like, oh, no.
Speaking of hobby hands, I got to move out of the way a little bit. It's behind me over here. I got the plaque is here, one of them. I haven't found a spot for the other plaque yet, but the plaque is right there. I'm just kind of blocking it, but I really appreciate that.
Big fat head.
My big fat head, absolutely. But X-Men 97.
I haven't watched it yet.
I've only seen the first 5 episodes. Look, 5. Obviously, do that better. 5 episodes. Overall, I'm enjoying it. I didn't like actually the first episode with the Sentinels. I am a huge fan of the Sentinels, and Sentinels they're a badass. They're like the Borg. They're like the Terminator T-1000. They're a force to be reckoned with, right? And I understand they were in a junkyard. These weren't the best Sentinels, but I thought they just took them down a little too easy. They should have been more of a threat, or the hint of a threat with the Sentinels. I'm not a fan how they changed Rogue. Each character's but changed it a little bit. I don't like how they changed Rogue. Rogue had that nice little tuchus, and I missed the Rogue Took Us, and Morph.
It's a family show, Glenn.
Well, it was a kid show back then, and she had the two little apples back there.
Fair
Come
enough.
on.
Fair enough. I, as a teenager, you know where your mind is at, and it's a one-track thing usually at that age. So
This is run. I would pay to see it. Well, it's probably a porn film. They did a Leisure Suit Larry film.
So it's apparently in production. So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a legit thing, but I don't know what what it's going to be about, obviously. But Fallout, guys, if you haven't seen it, or
it is good.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
8 episodes. It's well done. Don't expect. There's a lot of little hints. There's a lot of little hints about the game in there. If you're a Fallout fan, you'll be like, hey, oh, there's that thing. Oh my God.
Real quick, Zero Redux put something in that the 97 Sentinels are meant to be outdated, I guess, but it's supposed to be a continuation from 97. So the Sentinels were still technically badass. I don't know. And that's just I turn me off. I'm just a huge Sentinel fan. I just like those guys. They're bad, but I like them.
I gotta sit down and watch it. I haven't watched it yet, so
it's good. I mean, it's good. The big thing for me is Morph, and Morph is, I don't know. They changed me a little bit, and I'm not a big fan of change. I'm trying. I'm really I'm trying to improve myself here. I am trying to improve myself. I'm trying to accept change better. I am. This weekend,
Glenn doesn't even play modern video games. I've been trying to get him to try to play games that I've tried or whatever, and it's like, no, I'll just stick to my Donkey Kong, thanks. And I'm like, oh man, the
Sentinels are running 3.11. That's why they crashed. That can make some sense. But I'm really trying to. I've had a lot going on this year, so I'm saying to myself, you know what? There's
get out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, it's just Glenn was in this little shell. I've had a lot of things happen, and we all have things happen to ourselves. And I'm trying to now say to myself, you know what? What do I need to focus on? What do I really need? And I do want to focus on family and friends more, and that's probably one of the things I probably want to do. I want to focus less on the big machines take up all the space, because that's a big thing. And I know, Stephen, you have this problem too. I'm sure a lot of people have a problem. We buy all these things because we want them. I mean, if I had the space, if I had a huge mansion, 5,000-6,000 square feet, whatever, and I had a huge basement, I would keep them. I would. Yeah. But I don't have that big. I have a house that's 1,900 square feet. It's a nice little house. It's nice. But it's come to the point now where everywhere I look, I have stuff, and I don't think it's fair to anyone else that when they come to my house, it's just like everywhere. They should have a nice spot for a collection, which I'm going to do in the basement. Hopefully, I don't flood again. So I'm going to work on my gutters and try and fix the drains.
Put some blueskin on the foundation and everything,
something like that. But I want the rest of the house to be a house. So when people come over, it's just not everywhere. I want to set the example to Cole, if he's listening. He's 19, and you go in that room. It's like, what the hell is going on? There's got to be some genetically engineered food creature living in there at this point.
Well, good for you. Good for you for making the.
Well,
you know what
we forgot to do? I'm not there. No, we didn't. You're going to do it now.
We forgot to read who's in the chat.
Go ahead. Hit him up.
You were right on that thing, and you're just getting me to do it. That's all.
Yes, because you can see better. You got your glasses on.
Okay, fine. All right.
Old school.
Old geezer school, yeah. With Depends. Go get your Depends in the meantime there. So let's go. Pliskin's Run, Adam. I'm just going to say Adam because he's here every week, and thank you again for being here every week. Let's see.
Very loyal people we have, yes.
Yes. Stephen M., Video Game Vegas, Epcus, Darth Penguin 66, Hobby Hands. Thank you for sending Glenn the plaques. Let's see here. Who else? We got me. Rich Raldo, Sean, my cousin Sean, down in London, Ontario area. Green Sammy, 87. Game Broker 84. I haven't seen him here before. Let's see. McCrae 114. Let's keep going. People that I didn't mention already. I think I mentioned everybody, and Oh, Biggie Arcade, Brooklyn Menace, and that's it for now. So we got a small crowd tonight there. That's fine.
You know
Make
what?
it
It's
cozy.
At least around here, it's beautiful outside. I mean, the weather's finally getting there.
Oh, here is beautiful too. Yeah.
Yeah. So people, I hope are outside enjoying themselves, which is totally fine. And again, we appreciate when you guys come. We do. It means a lot to Steven and me, just on a psyche level, I guess, if you will. You're a good crowd. And
well, you guys heard it last week, at least for me, anyways. What it's doing for me, the show, which is good. Let's keep it going. So it's good. Oh, 720 Eric, forgot you. Well, you just showed up.
He's at a beer. He's at a beer. Oh, yeah.
We'll get more.
Yeah, you got time.
Okay. You got time. We're just babbling tonight, which is good.
Oh, Hobby Hands. Hobby Hands Farscape is actually very, very good. And in fact, I said it before, my uncle worked for HBO, and he worked with Jim Henson. I actually met Jim Henson. I went to his creature shop. I saw all their stuff that they had there.
You're lucky.
I am, but they canceled Farscape. Like, they ended on a cliffhanger. And there's a couple in England, very rich, multi-millionaires. They reached out to HBO, and they're like, "What happened to Farscape? It got canceled." Well, we wanted to see how it ends, and they paid out of pocket about 90% to make the Peacekeeper War, which was their 2-hour finale. And I actually have the script. I actually have the 2 videotapes that I saw it like a year before it was out to the public. Couldn't show it to anyone, but I had it. And I got a nice letter from Jim Henson, stating how he appreciated all the people that contributed to it. Farscape was a show I caught every week. I really enjoyed Farscape.
That's cool. Oh, we got Paul that showed up. He is late to the show, it seems.
That's okay. We don't track people down to the moment.
Yeah, sure. We'll do it eventually when we get rich and stuff. We'll send Glenn over with a baseball bat. Negan, sorry. We'll send Negan over there.
Look, Steven, you have a question here.
Oh, hey, question. Let's see here. What do you do for when you're not hanging out with us? What do I do? Okay, so job-wise or fun-wise? So I'll start with the job. So I just started a new position. I do the same. Ironically, I do the same thing Glenn does.
Funny enough.
I babysit. I babysit technicians, basically. I'm help desk lead, essentially. I just started that position, and I actually like it. And I'm making a difference with that company, which is a big deal. So, and it's important. We're at the age that we want to make a difference in the world, and you just don't want to do a job. So, and that was my criteria when I went to one of my bosses. I said, look, I don't want to just work here and punch out and go home and whatever. I want to make a difference, So that's on that part. Now, on a fun part, I collect Xbox games, video games. I repair them.
Ooh, how close are you to complete that collection, by the way?
I got 26 Xbox games left. 26.
Are they like really, really rare ones or something?
No, actually, there's I think really rare ones. I think there's maybe 5 or 10. But the other ones are basically ones that only got released in the US and stuff like that, where they're like specific college basketball stuff that never got released in Canada because we don't have that up here. I mess around with computers. I'm a nerd through and through. I was showing Glenn I got some of these mini PCs from that were getting thrown out at work. So I'm using these as a little game server or whatever, and they're an i5 processor. So yeah, it's what I do for fun, and then I like to watch movies a lot and television. So I'm not an outdoorsy guy, but I don't hate the outdoors. I actually enjoy the outdoors, but I prefer to sit down on watch a movie with my wife and kids and stuff like that. Less with my kids nowadays; they do their own thing. But back in the day, Saturday nights was movie night. So
did you finish Deep Space Nine yet?
I'm at season 6, episode 5 or 6. Worf got married to Jadzia there. So that's where I'm at with that. And and yes, I have I have a whole Unify set up at home, network access points, all that stuff. So yeah, so I'm a nerd and a graphic designer. So I spent 20 years building websites and being a graphic designer, had my own business, and I got kind of sick of that. So And we never talked about this before, eh?
No.
Here I
No.
am going, hey, after 100 episodes, somebody finally asked. Not that I wanted to say it, but you know what I mean? It never came up, right? So, but yeah, so basically, let's see, what else? Yeah, so I like to tinker with stuff. I like to take stuff apart, fix it. So I fix Xboxes, I fix whatever has blown capacitors in it. I'm an amateur soldering guy. I'm not a professional. I'm self-taught, watching a lot of YouTube videos on whatever. And oh yeah, and a Plex server. I have a Plex server that I have every movie and TV show on there is legitimate. Scout's honor. So
Nice.
I like to tinker with technology. My wife hates it. She there's so many remotes. I can't turn the TV on, the volume, and I weathered it down to one remote now, and it works great. So, and I love surround sound stuff. So when you come over to my house, when it's movie night, it's not just little tiny speakers. It's a ginormous subwoofer, the ground shakes, tower speakers,
Nice.
that sort of thing. So I make sure that it's a good experience with an HDR TV, you know, that kind of thing. So, anyways, enough about me. What about you guys?
Bono's Tecmo wants to know if you can fix a Game Boy Advance IPS screen. Have you done anything like
Can I
that?
fix it? Oh yeah, I've got a Game Boy Advance that I put an IPS screen in there, and
Nice.
it looks beautiful. It's
Hey.
what a big difference on the original Game Boy Advance, not the clamshell, the SP.
Oh yeah, that's the one I have, the SP.
The SP, certain models. It's the 001 that has the crappy screen, and
now,
no, 001 has the crappy screen, and the 101 is the good screen.
That's the one I have.
The 101 has the good screen, but I have one that I put an IPS screen in an original Game Boy Advance. Oh my God, what a difference! It's huge. It makes it like it should have been. Essentially,
my SP, when I got it, I had to buy a new case. I bought like a NES lookalike case. The case was destroyed.
Oh yeah.
But and a new glass in the front, but everything else was good. I would have got it. I think I had a really good deal on it. It came with like Tron.
An SP or the original?
The SP.
The SP,
the good one with the good screen. It came with like Tron 2.0, and I only wanted that.
I got that actually.
Yeah, and it's got the original Tron on there. It's like a hidden game, so I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. And I got it for a good price.
You know what? I nearly stabbed myself. It's funny. I had an SP case, a 101, a good one, but the thing was scratched to hell. And you can get from China these really nice replica cases with a Mario on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this other case, I was trying to get the hinge out, and I had a screwdriver.
Because you had to reuse it,
right? Yeah, and I had to pop it. My hand was there. I nicked my hand. I nearly stabbed myself with the screwdriver trying to force that thing out of there.
That was the only part that was dangerous. Almost
it was sketchy
because you had to reuse it. As the one part you had to reuse that.
It's the hinge mechanism or whatever, but everything
it wasn't
else,
easy.
Oh yeah, when I got it all set up though, beautiful. It looks really nice. So I tinker with all that stuff. I grew up with my dad's a carpenter, so I grew up like working with my hands a lot and understanding electronics. My dad was he used to fix television with the tubes in them, and he'd have me with his tester sort out all the tubes. Yeah, he'd have me. He had a bucket like full of tubes that he yanked out of TVs, and then he had a tester, and then my job was to plug it in, look up the number on it, press the button, put it in the good pile, the crappy pile, and whatever. So it's so I learned a little bit about electronics, how they work through that. So
and a lot of heat. Those things got hot.
Oh, they did, but I was handling them cold, which is fine. So, and then he ended up throwing it all out because tubes went the way of the dodo bird. So
my grandfather, he died young. He died, I think, at 39. But he had the first. My grandfather on my mother's side, he had the first TV repair shop and TV sales place in the Bronx. So,
oh wow,
my mother, and I guess my mother, uncles, and sisters had like the first TV, in the building back in the day, and that's
a big deal. That was a big deal having a television. Like we laugh about Back to the Future when the kid goes, "Oh, you must be rich. You have 2 TVs or whatever, right?"
No one
But
has 2
apparently that's what.
TVs.
Yeah, exactly. He's kidding. But that was exactly it back then. You know, when I was growing up, we had one main color one, and then we had a black and white everywhere else
Right.
because it
And
was more
small, like a
expensive.
9 or 10-inch,
Oh
maybe.
yeah,
The
12 or whatever small, and
the
and then
125-inch Zenith or RCA you had, which was a piece of furniture. Like we had it. There was
oh
a
yeah,
turntable in it, and there was a radio in it, and you had to slide things out, and you had your TV set in the middle of it. But that
yeah,
was
it had
it.
an 8-track player in there and a radio, all that stuff. Yeah,
Grease.
and yeah, and then basically that was the thing back then, right? And then um to go back to what I was collecting, um, I was on the lookout for a while. My parents had a Pong machine, and it
Like an
was
arcade?
no, it was one of these
Atari
wood grain
style?
finish, and it was APT Fun or something
Oh, yeah,
like that.
yeah. Okay, okay. I
Okay,
know that
so
one.
that was our Pong machine. It was given to us by my uncle, and my uncle created a monster with us being gamers for life now, but it was hooked up to the black and white TV, and we were playing Pong on there and everything, and it was wondrous. But I went out looking online for this thing, and they're not expensive. They're about $40 online
Mhm.
or whatever. But I've got a Coleco one here that I gotta restore and stuff like that. But yeah, so
Actually, I have to reopen all mine because the electrolytic grease, it dries out after a while. You have to
yeah,
clean that out and redo it. And
some
Hobby Hands is
contact
right.
cleaner.
Hobby Hands is right. On very high-end ones,
Yes.
tubes have a much more warm sound than
Yeah.
digital. It's analog.
Well, they
So
make a
on very
Commodore
high-end,
64. You see that? They made a Commodore 64 with
yes,
tubes in them. I
yep,
was looking at that
for the
going,
sound, right?
wow, somebody was bored.
Well,
Yeah,
it was for the
probably for the
sound.
sound, for the SID chip or
Mhm.
whatever, but they had a couple tubes in there, and I was like, wow, that's
And someone did
hardcore.
it, but someone did a test, and they couldn't. It was just 2 tubes. They couldn't tell. I mean, it looked
The
cool.
difference.
They couldn't really
I
tell
think
any
that's
difference
all it
between the
was
2.
for. It was a cool factor. That's all it is. But yeah, it's, but back in the day, I mean, that was the thing, right? So it's what's funny? Glenn and I were going to talk about something else tonight, and that's not happening. So I
That's
think
what
we keep
happens.
going. That's okay. That's good. We'll
Yes,
keep it for another show or whatever.
it's totally
But
fine. But we go with the
but,
guys in the
but I'm
chat, and
looking
we
at the time, going, we didn't even talk about that.
yeah, we
That's
haven't.
fine.
That's okay. That's okay. Like I said,
Hey,
this
yeah,
is
perfectly fine with it. Yeah.
the past couple of weeks for me have just been like I can't even say a roller coaster because it's just been like a I don't know if I even hit bottom yet, but
Downward spiral, they call that.
yeah, just everything is just not it's just going bad.
You,
But
you know what
that's
you
okay.
just sounded like? The two guys from Saturday Night Live. You ever take your hand and stab it with a spike and dip it in a vat of yeah, I hate when that happens. Remember those two guys, Billy Crystal and
Yes,
some other guy? You sounded just like that. Sorry. Sidetrack.
that's okay. That's what we
Sorry.
do. So like I'm trying to just refocus, like redo a couple things, and we have the iiRcades I have right here. Both these have my switches in it. I'm trying to do testing in that, but um, just a lot of stuff has been going on a personal level, and I'm just trying to work through those things and try and come out hopefully better and not worse. Right now, not doing so great, but it doesn't last forever, right? I mean, every Friday,
You'll be
every
fine, dude.
I look forward to Fridays. If things get better, cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger. No cheeseburger, hamburger, hamburger.
I think you'll be fine. I think everybody goes through like
Yes.
I call it a wake up call in life where not a wake up call. It's kind of like one of those enough's enough kind of moments in your life where you're like, you just wake up one morning, you scare your spouse because you're like that, and you're just like, okay, what the hell just happened? And then they hide until they figure out it's not harmful. But we reach a point where, not because of other people or anything, we just sort of look around and, okay, what do I really need here exactly in my life? Like things, oh, I don't need that. What the hell's that? Whatever, get rid of
Well,
that.
that I have I've been planning to do a show for like 3 years now. Retro unboxing. which are basically going through boxes that I've had so long, I have no idea what's even in them. Right? I
Kept
have
it in the box since you've moved in
no.
that
I
house
mean, no.
a
No.
million years
I mean,
ago,
it's
or
literally like plastic bins with stuff in it. It could be a console. It could be cartridges. It could be cables. It could be
nothing.
parts. Nothing. Trash. So I've been planning to do that for a very long time, and I'm forcing myself to say that's what I'm gonna do. I have probably 30 bins in the other room down here in the basement.
Just storage.
Yeah, and if I don't remember what's in them, I've been living in this house 24 years. I've been here.
Indiana
years.
Jones style. Go in there with your whip and your hat and go look.
But the thing is, here's what has to happen. I need to go through them, and unless it's something really valuable, it just has to be thrown out. Like you said, Stephen, you fix things. I fix things all the time. That's one of the things I love doing. I like tinkering, and I save things because I can say I can use this in another repair. But I think at this stage of the game, I've gotten so bad, I need to go through boxes and say, you know what? If I need it, I'll just have to buy it and just get it out of the house. I think that's like
or you got to
next
sell it
week.
and part with it. Like there's stuff. I'll be honest with you. Like I have a bin, 2 bins probably full of music from when I was a kid. Music I love. Like whatever. And I'm looking at this going, am I going to keep this? Like I have cassettes right there. I have the soundtrack of Pretty in Pink. I'm looking at this cassette going, am I ever going to listen to this ever again?
Why do you have
Columbia
the soundtrack?
House.
Why do you have the soundtrack of Pretty in Pink?
There's good music on there. The movie's a little but the soundtrack's good.
Making me worry, Stephen.
Fight me. It's good. It's a good soundtrack. It's not a great movie. Trust me, I don't even have it on my Plex server, Pretty in Pink. I love the soundtrack, though.
Rotundo and Retro Redux saying in the last 5 or 10 minutes of the show, I should do a retro. Maybe I will. Maybe before the show's over, I'll grab a box and kind of see like what's in it. Yes, it's for you, Michael. I want you to get me from all different sides tonight, buddy.
You got more Glenn.
Maybe I'll do a retro box. But the other thing is, I live in Stormville. It's not a secret. I live in Stormville. And the Stormville flea market, I guess, is this weekend. And what all the neighbors are doing is they're getting ready to put stuff out. And I'm like, maybe I should do that too. Maybe I should pick some of the arcade one-ups and just put them on the lawn and see if they
Sorry,
sell.
I went and grabbed the cassettes.
Oh, did you? Okay, I got to see that. What do you got?
All right. There's the Pretty in Pink soundtrack cassette.
I'm gonna
toss
Steven.
that. There's some good music on here. The movie sucks, but I like the music on it.
Questionable.
This is a classic right here.
What is it? I can't see.
Alice Cooper.
Oh, Alice Cooper. Okay.
I guess I could go a little closer without I get out of focus.
There you go.
Great album. On cassette. What am I going to do with that? This is a band that I really liked. It's called Los
Lobos.
Yeah, so basically, but this is actually one of their regular albums. So yeah, so I'm watching. I have no idea what this is. This is my techno phase. I don't listen to techno anymore, but it's simply whatever. What else you got here?
Got some Rush?
Maybe. Hold on. Oh yeah, check this out. Oh, hold on. Let me tilt. It's basically a breakdance.
Oh my God!
See the people breakdancing, and this was released by. Check this out in Canada. K-Tel. You guys didn't have K-Tel in the U.S.
Yeah, we did.
Did you?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that's a Canadian company.
Yeah, but it was here. I remember
Check that out.
The Raisins. Nice.
Don't ask. That's the California Raisins. I have no idea what I'm doing with that. Golden Platinum, some mixed 80s stuff. Oh yeah, hey, this is Canadian classics right here. So McLean and McLean comedy duo, raunchy as hell, called Cruel Cuts. We'll see. El DeBarge, no, Technotronic, to my techno phase. I don't listen to that crap anymore. More techno. You can't even read that. I can't even read that. Hold on. Let me. Here we go. This is a classic with one good song on this sucker right here.
What is it?
Rockwell.
I mean,
the
TV show?
No. They know the song "Somebody's Watching Me."
Yes, yes, I do know.
Right?
Yes.
This is the one song on one tape with the
Okay.
other song. The other songs suck. They're terrible. But oh, here, this is good stuff right here. Mike and the Mechanics.
Yeah, the mechanics were good.
All I Need Is a Miracle.
Yeah, I agree with Pliskin. Where's ATDC and Motley Crue and Van Halen?
Here we go.
White Lion. Okay.
White Lion. That's up there. These are cassettes. I have way more. I have Van Halen, all the Van Halen albums, all the Def Leppard albums. But oh, here's a Canadian. We'll not say an icon. Gino Vanelli, Black Cars. Anyways, those are just a little pile of cassettes. I found these things, dude. It's kind of like what you did there. Go in the back and go find it. What the hell is it? I found a bin full of cassettes. I'm probably gonna throw these out because I'm just gonna.
You probably have them digital now, right? You probably
have
them
most
already, right?
of this stuff digital, yeah. So it's kind of like, why would I bother? Like
No Kid Cross. What's up, Steven? No Kid Cross. What's up?
Crisscross. Oh, that's the two little kids.
Yeah.
Jump or whatever. Yeah. I don't have that. Never bought it. So, but I have tons of this stuff. I don't listen to this stuff anymore, but I listen to. If somebody, okay, I'm going to ask you a question, or in the chat. My genre as I got older and fixated on was 80s hair bands. Like I'm talking Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Van Halen, that hard rock genre. That's my go-to. Like if I listen to Sirius XM, it's Hair Nation. That's the channel it stays on. And Lee Aaron. I have Lee Aaron, yes. Yeah, Lee Aaron is our Lita Ford, our Canadian Lita Ford.
You know what? I'm glad this is a new brand of margarita mix. It's doing me good tonight. This is good.
Yeah, you're just getting a good laugh out of my crappy music. So anyways, I gotta throw these out and maybe go skeet shooting with them or something. I don't know.
Got some vanilla
ice on cassette. No. So I had these lying there and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this stuff? It just sits there.
Well, that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Again,
I don't even have a cassette player anymore.
If the town I lived in gave me a small shop to set up a museum, I would keep the stuff. I put it in a museum, let people enjoy it.
Yeah.
My house is not a museam, and I finally gotten to the point.
You realize that, huh?
Yeah, I'm just realizing that there's so much to do around the house, and I'm neglecting things I shouldn't be neglecting, and people I'm neglecting I shouldn't be neglecting.
Yeah.
It's just time for a change for me. I did a YouTube channel. I've had it for about 10 years now. And I'm very fortunate to have a lot of people reach out, send me products to review. And I'll say R-Cade 1UP was one of the first ones. So for that, I do appreciate them for that back then.
After a while,
now they can go screw off, but that's different.
You get sick of having this stuff, Glenn. That's the problem. Not because you're not appreciative of the stuff. There's too much of it. That's the problem. That's what when me and Glenn started this show, I made it clear to Glenn, I don't want stuff. I don't want money. I don't want stuff. And he's like,
he wanted chicks. He wanted chicks, he said. He wanted chicks.
Yeah, right.
Your wife's not watching, right?
Yeah, she watches sometimes. So, shh. So basically, after a while, like I ran an Xbox site for 20 years and got free games out the wazoo. But in the end, it's just too much. There's not enough hours in the day to play all these games and all this stuff, and it's crazy. Like you become overwhelmed, and after a while, you got to go, okay, whoa, this is too much.
And I definitely blame Steven for a little bit of that because I knew Steven for a while.
Oh yeah, my camera middle there.
I had my console collection, and I was done. I got pretty much all. I didn't have all the consoles, but I had all the ones for the most part that I wanted. And Steve was like, well, what about these old Coleco Minicate thingies? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. And then I went schizoid. I went nuts.
You were like a guy that found the wonder drug and where you've been all my life kind of thing. That's just, although we become hoarders. Retro collectors is just another word for hoarding.
It is. And like, here's another example. We remember the basic fun machines, right? They're like the little... It's like fake LCDs at Centipede. You had a couple of them. I have like 5 different ones. I have ones out of box. I have ones that are in box. I have one that has one type of box, one that has another type of box. And I'm saying to myself, you know what? It takes up space. I'm going to, I think, keep my open ones. I have the boxes for them still, but the boxes are ripped. Obviously, they take them out. And I think eventually I will start doing maybe giveaways on the show for the ones that are still sealed. And you know what's funny? The battery's still working them. The battery's still working them. They're like 4 or 5 years old. The battery just, because you press them for demo, it gives you like a little demo.
Oh, yeah.
The battery's still working them. And then...
Well, they've never been used, right? If they're a coin cell, they won't leak. So...
No, they're not. They're double A's.
Oh,
they're double A's.
They haven't leaked?
And it's sealed. I don't know, but they work.
You're lucky.
And then I
usually just look at them wrong and they start leaking, right? So
well, if it's got a Vartel battery in it, that's going to happen for sure.
Oh, by the way,
a new segment. That's right. When Glenn shit. That might be a good thing, Paul. I might use that, buddy. Shit. Yeah, I might do that.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, by the way, the other things. I collect Star Wars stuff a lot. So it's I have a complete collection of Star Wars.
Now, Video Game Vegas, I just realized it's not
a real.
To
mention that. So.
That's okay. I don't have a real. I've always wanted a real Adventure Vision. Mine's not real. It's a homemade recreation I did, and it's a prized possession because I'm not spending $5,000 for an NTEX Adventure Vision. As much as I would love to have one, I'm not doing it.
I'd love to see pictures of that. I'll have to Google that and find out exactly.
You've never seen one?
No, I don't have a picture in my head of what
basically.
It looks like or
well, you know what a Virtual Boy is, right?
Here, I'll Google it right now.
Yeah. So picture a Virtual Boy, but instead of having 2 lenses, one is just spinning with LEDs. So it's using a mirror, and it drew the screen. It drew the screen.
How big is this thing? Because I'm looking at it online here, and is
it's
it like
about the size of a Vectrex, maybe a little wider, obviously.
That big, really?
Yeah.
Wow, this thing took up counter space.
It did. It ran on, I think, 4D batteries. It had 4 games available for it.
Because if you look at it online, it looks like that game I sent you. Like if you're for scale, you know what I mean?
No,
what was the name of that game I sent you? What was it called?
That was Stargate.
A helicopter.
Oh no, Super Cobra.
Super Cobra. I sent Glenn a Super Cobra I found at the yard sale.
He did.
This looked like it's the same size, but it's not. Like you're saying it's a whole Vectric thing.
You're going to drive the show for a few minutes. I'm going to find a retro box to unbox live. So talk for a minute while I try to find something.
I thought you were going to the bathroom or something.
No. I'd take it to I'd take you in for that. But let's see what I can find over here.
So Glenn is going to go find a box or whatever. So I guess I'll keep sharing a little bit about me because some of you guys were interested. So I have a complete collection of Kenner Star Wars action figures. They're not in box, they're played with, but I have every single one from Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and I have a bunch of toys too, so a bit of a toy collector also. And I collect those minis like Glenn, those Coleco things. I've got about 4 of them up there. So what are you doing?
And of course everything's in a bag. So I got to take this out of a bag. So hold on a second.
Okay, so anyways, while he's getting that over there.
Oh, it's heavy. Ooh.
I'll let him do the grunting. So turn your volume down on your televisions if you're listening.
All right, we got a box here, so let's see what we can do with this. It's been in a brown, like one of those big brown bags forever. And
I think that'll be a thing. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do show and tells on Fridays. Maybe people will like that. Put in the chat if that's something you'd like. Like Glenn's gonna take out that. I have boxes too that I could, you know what I mean? So we could do that.
All right, let me move this camera a little bit so we can maybe see a little bit better here.
You should have some box opening music or something.
Oh, let's camera.
Glenn's retro junk pile. Here we go.
That's it. So here's a box.
Everybody's in for the opening the box thing that we could do weekly.
Here we go. So maybe it'll be a little segment.
My wife wants me to clean out a few boxes, so that'd be perfect.
Okay.
She'd be like, do it on the show. Great stuff. Go through your crap. Yeah, let's do it.
Go. The retro graveyard. Okay. So again, this box has probably been here in a brown bag for 10 years more or longer. I really don't know. I don't.
So we're not going to see some crusty underwear coming out.
You
of there
might.
Or anything?
I have no idea what's in it. It could be a dead rat in here for all I know. I really don't know what's in these boxes. So here we go. I'm gonna for the first time. It's probably air in here from like 91.
So Zero Redux might think that you have a severed head in there out of the
let's see.
From 7.
This could be a good box, could be a bad box. It could be a box I'm going to throw away or a box I'm going to keep. We're going to find out right now. Here we go. All right.
I'm even curious.
All right. Well, it's definitely going to be a keeper box, but some of the stuff may go. I'm not sure. Now, this is I haven't seen this in forever. I don't know if you know what this is. I'll bring it up to this camera. Maybe it's a little bit better.
Controller.
It is, but you know what kind of
controller?
It's not though. You know what this is for?
It looks like it's a ripoff of.
It is.
I have no idea.
This is for a Nuon.
Do tell us what the Nuon is.
The Nuon is a game console that would have been considered the Jaguar 2.0. It was the same people who worked on it. It was a DVD-based game console that never took off. It was a DVD player with a graphics chip that could be used for special effects on the DVDs. But they made Tempest 3000 for this. They made Iron Soldier 3 for this.
Wow.
A couple of games came out for it, but of course the Nuon failed. So it looks like I have.
Paul's got some money on some old Playboys that you might have in there too. So.
Oh, I probably do have some of those somewhere.
Be careful what you wish for, Paul.
So here it looks like it's a bag. And what's in the bag? Oh.
That's where that is.
I was gonna make some controllers for the 5200, and that's what these are. This is parts that obviously I've never used and forgot about to make my own Atari 5200 controller. That's what this was for. So who knows what that'll end up being? Of course, everyone's going to know what this is.
Dreamcast controller
with a memory unit that's probably got a dead battery in it.
Up. There we go.
Probably got a dead battery in the MMU and a.
They call that the VMU, by the way.
VMU, yes. And it
has a rumble pack on it, by the looks of it.
Yeah, there's the VMU.
Yeah, your light's a little bright, but that's fine.
Light bright. And yeah, the rumble pack
underneath. I've got the same rumble pack. Would you believe the exact same one?
And it's funny.
I don't even think it's a real Dreamcast branded Sega.
But it's funny. Back then, you had to buy a. Oh! Look at this. I never pulled the battery thing out. I don't know if you can see that. The battery tab's still in it.
Oh, geez, Glenn.
That's never even used. Well, look at that.
You call yourself a gamer.
I guess not.
I love the Dreamcast. JLS gaming, I totally agree with you. Dreamcast is a great console. You know what? For the size it was perfect. Oh, geez. For what machine's that for?
For the Atari 2600, it was the Point Master joystick. And it's a
or a Commodore 64. Or
it's a horrible joystick. It's got more play because instead of the pads being down here, they're actually up here, and it like hooks into them. It's a horrible controller.
Yeah.
Horrible controller.
Crappy design.
And what else we got in here? Oh, we got a clone GameCube controller. Yeah. Put that in here. Aha! See if you know what this is from. I'm not going to tell anyone. You got to figure it out.
That looks like for the Radio Shack TRS-80.
Nope, but not a bad guess. See if anyone gets it in the chat.
That's what it looks like because they have really weird analog joysticks or whatever. Attack of the Clones.
No one's got it yet.
Anybody's guessing. I don't know what the latency's like. Atari ST. It's
nope.
What else we got? Texas Instrument, Apple II joystick.
No.
Looks like a controller for an Apple.
Nope, not for an Apple.
Was I warmer than everybody else?
Nope, you're all equally wrong.
Okay. Odyssey 2.
Video Game Vegas nailed it. You got it first.
And Andy's Game Room had a good guess too. Yeah.
Odyssey 2.
And Paul.
And it's odd because normally they were hardwired, but this one actually used an Atari 9-pin on it.
So is it a Odyssey 2 or 1 or both
2.
or
Odyssey 2. It's funny is you would think it's an analog joystick. It's got a spring.
That's
it is
some
not.
heavy travel there. Holy
This
mackerel.
is one of the crappiest design controllers. This is by Philips. The Odyssey 2 was. This is the crappiest designed controller I've ever used in my life. Worse than 5200. It's a digital joystick, but this is. I'll open up one day. It is
the stick is this long and it's got crazy travel. It's stupid.
It does, and it's just an 8-directional digital pad, and the button. This is like the worst one I've ever used in my life. It is a really bad controller. Whoa. Okay.
That looks like for Sega Genesis.
No, but it's not.
Sega Master System?
Nope. No one's got it yet.
Sega Saturn? Let's see the plug. Let's see the plug at the other end.
Video Game Vegas is doing it again.
3DO.
But did you know which 3DO this was for?
The Panasonic or Quick Star?
It's not the Panasonic 3DO.
What's it say? Quick Shot at the top?
Nope. It's Gold. Oh, I just told you what it is. Gold Star. Steven, you tricked me. Gold Star 3DO.
No, I thought it said Quick Shot at the top. Gold Star 3DO.
What else we got in here? A lot of. What's this? Oh, okay.
Let's let you know you got about 5 minutes before the end of the show. So, oh yeah, that's easy in television.
In television controller, very good. See, now the first box I take out is a box I'm going to be keeping. So I'm going to get rid of this.
Yeah, the 3DO. Yeah,
obviously easy peasy.
PS1. No, that's PS. Well, that's PS1 later with DualShock.
It is a DualShock PS1. Yes.
Yeah, because they shipped with a digital one at the beginning.
And I got a bunch of these. There's like 5 or 6 sets of these in here.
Battles for the Atari 2600.
That's it.
I've got a couple of those. I don't know if I even know if they work.
You have to probably clean these for sure. Oh, this is a good one. You don't see many of these.
Oh geez, I know this joystick. This was a PC joystick that came out for steering.
It was, but that's not what this one is.
For steering, when you twisted it, it acted like a steering wheel or something.
Yep.
For PS2, I guess, or I don't know.
This is a PlayStation Namco Neocon. So you would hold it like this, and you would steer your car
twisting
this way. Yep, it worked pretty well too.
Yeah.
And here's another one.
This is pretty funny. Everybody's enjoying you looking through the box. Oh, ColecoVision for sure.
Yep. Not the worst controller I've ever used, but definitely not the best controller I've ever used.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You got cramp in there. Yeah, that sucks. I don't like that controller at all. Love the console, but hate the controller.
I think that's it, right? I have tons of paddles in here, tons of paddle controllers. And so this box...
you got to put it all back in there and go put it back away.
Yep. So the first retro unboxing, controllers. I'm going to end up keeping it, even though some of these controllers are absolutely horrible. This one, I don't know. The buttons on top,
just because
that's the worst.
So bad. Just because they're so bad, you'll keep them. I've got up there a Boss controller, the gray and black one, the Boss, they called it. So I've got one of those up there that I keep in my little... We'll call it my little shrine. You gonna make a phone call there?
I could. Got
a number pad.
I feel like I'd be one of those DJs, right? I got the medal around their neck.
Is that the gangsters there?
The gangster.
With the gold, the GRS. You know what? You should get your GRS guys to make a new ColecoVision controller.
Well, truth be told, my first one was a plan. I wanted to do a really good Atari 5200 controller first, because that's the one. I think that's the one console that really got hurt the most with this controller.
Would there be enough of a market to sell a lot of them though? Or
I think
I don't know.
Yeah, the 5200.
I don't even know if the Coleco one would sell either. I don't know.
Right. But I think the 5200 one would sell. I'm surprised there wasn't any 5200 controllers in there. I don't know where they are. Probably another box.
I only have 2600s in my collection. I don't have a 52 or a 7800 in my collection. I don't know why. I just never,
Yeah, good point. Where is it? Hold on. Hobby
It's
hand.
rubbing against your mic, by the way. So it's
the coils.
It's a little loud. Let's
sorry.
just say that.
The old ones were coils, and in television, this one was hardwired. You had to open your console.
Oh, to get it out.
To get it out.
Yes, I do remember that. The original console. That's right. The television 2 had removable controllers.
Correct.
Yeah.
I keep hitting my microphone now. And, these weren't. This was worse for long play. The buttons on the side.
It needs to be sideways, meaning like a Nintendo
it should be like,
controller.
Yep. If they had done this,
oh my god, they would have revolutionized the whole thing.
It would have been so much better. Maybe put the buttons up here or something. But I agree.
And not the coil on the cord either, like a phone there. That was
well, they did this so it fit in the console. They kind of had to sit under it like that.
Even then, I think.
But if I had a choice between this and this, I'm taking that. Yeah. This is the way to go. This disc was the worst.
It was hard because you were kind of like forced to press down, and you almost had to use two hands or something. It's kind of weird. So hey, maybe next week that's what we'll do. We'll get another box next week, the two of us, and we'll go through the box. I'll go through one of my boxes.
I might find my old cat in one of his old boxes. He's been gone like 10 years. So.
Your old cat. You buried him in your backyard.
He might have.
You give him a good burial. Or Blue ate him, one or the other, I guess.
He was way before Blue. Long time ago. Blue's 11. It's going to be 11. Cole, wow. I can't believe Cole's going to be 19. I'm going to be 55.
Yeah, my son turned 19 in January.
Wow.
He's almost taller than me now, and it's, yeah.
Oh, Cole's already got me. He's already got me beat.
Yeah, he takes from our side of the family. So
and Video Game Vegas, real quick, the Intellivision flashback, that was actually pretty good. The flashback was pretty good. It looked like an Intellivision, more or less, and the controllers were decent. They totally screwed. They did. And they screwed the pooch big time with the ColecoVision one.
Oh, did they ever?
The controllers were not right. The controller colors were wrong. They were not compatible with the original ColecoVision. It was just PK screwed up.
It was a train wreck. It was like, what were they thinking? Yep. You know what? People would have, like, I think I told you this before. People would have bought the ColecoVision flashback just for the controllers extra.
Oh, absolutely.
Extra copies of them in a sense where, I'm just going to gut this thing and use the controllers. Who cares? At Games would have sold 2-3 other extra consoles.
And they knew they screwed up. They knew they screwed up. It was.
I don't know what they were thinking. No quality control or something. I don't know.
So the big thing was like here, instead of these being white, they were all black.
Inverted.
They're all black. And then there was no. I remember there was no silver here either. I think that was black as well.
Yeah, you're right.
But they gave you all the overlays.
The plug was the same. The plug plugged in.
It just wasn't compatible.
If you plugged it in, it didn't work at all.
No. But they did give you all the overlays. Remember the Intellivision and ColecoVision one?
Yes.
You got the pack of all the overlays for all the games. So that was kind of nice if you didn't have the overlays anymore.
Yeah, for sure. But in the end, they could have sold more of them by making the controllers compatible. That's what they should have done.
Totally.
If they wouldn't have, if somebody over there would have, see what happens, I think, with a lot of these companies, they say they're retro, they do retro things, but they don't get a retro person to get feedback. You know what I mean? It's so dumb.
Hollywood Polo, I can't even tell you how many games on the legacy iiRcade. I have so many games on there now with the Theme Encoder, Mystery Encoder board. And then on the Dragon's Lair, I just started copying games over. Right now, it was playing Bomberman. Oh, I'm not even showing it. I'm talking about it. I'm not even showing it. There. The Dragon's Lair has got the Viper playing right now. I can show you that real quick. So that's working fairly well. So right now, it's the Viper running Bomberman 94. If I press this button right here, it'll take me right over to the iiRcade. And we got all the games here. I press this button here. It'll take me right back over to this, and I could press, is it these two buttons here? I'm trying to remember now which buttons we press to exit the machine. Nope. I'll figure it out. Maybe it's those two. No.
It's a work in progress.
It is. I got to, again, I haven't done a lot of testing on this yet. But
it'll work when it comes out.
Yeah, it will. I could have swore it was these two. Maybe I'm wrong.
There's probably somebody yelling in there, hey!
You're hitting the wrong buttons. Well, I also had a nice margarita, so...
Yeah, Zero Redux said in the chat, someone is coming out with a ColecoVision home arcade cabinet. What a waste.
Really?
I don't even know why you would want that, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I have no idea. Who knows?
And of course, I've been using my stick here and I'm playing House of the Dead over here. So I have a lot of things to do.
We don't see you, but
yeah, you don't? Oh, it's got about the wrong camera on.
There you are.
Beep.
We
I've been testing, my the gun.
It's not called the boomstick.
No, on House of the Dead back here, I'm testing that. My Ikari stick, Build-A-Cade. It's just been very busy between all that and work, and I guess my personal life is freed up quite a bit. But outside of that, I'm trying to keep busy. American Gear Company too. So we're working with them. We're partnering with American Gear Company. So
cool.
Oh, I guess Zero Redux is saying that American Gear Company is coming out with a ColecoVision home arcade cabinet.
Oh, it could be, yeah. I'm a big Coleco fan, but I don't want one. It's not the childhood thing. It's them trying to make a mutant Coleco thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old guy sitting on a porch yelling at the clouds. I don't know.
I'm with you. So hold on. We answer Video Game Vegas here. Here we go. So he wants to know if there's going to be more of a solution for more plug and play with the iiRcade. I'm going to say that this solution has become, I don't say a nightmare, but it was a lot more to take on because the company's not around anymore. So we can't talk to their engineering team. We can't talk to their software team. And we're trying to figure all these things out, which is why it's been taking so long. And I'm going to admit,
engineering, I guess,
a lot. And it's still not where I would have liked it to be ultimately, but I have to concede to my team, without the technical guys at iiRcade, it's going to be released, I don't want to say subpar, but I would have liked to have been a little bit better. Like one of the things is that on the legacy cabinet, when you switch between ours and theirs, there are some issues on the HDMI on the legacy unit where sometimes the screen will not be full screen. The only way to fix it is to reboot the iiRcade. I would rather it be like the Gold. The Gold, I can go back and forth, Viper, iiRcade, Viper, as many times as I want. Screen's fine because they fixed it. There's a different revision of the board, so it works okay. When powering on, it's not when you turn. You have to basically put the machine down on a power strip or a smart bar.
Gotcha.
Right. There's just no way for us to have the one power button activate everything. So that's another thing.
So you mean to tell me it's a bug that existed before, so your guys are trying to kind of fix it?
We tried.
Their original screw up, and it's just not happening, I guess, because the bug is from the iiRcade side of things, not Glenn's product.
Correct. And there's a lot of cables. It's the switcher, like in my mind when I came up with the idea, was a lot simpler. And it's just a lot more cables have to be done. Once it's in and your machine's closed, you don't notice. And I think ultimately, as iiRcade boards die, the Viper or other computers in there will keep those machines going. Because the cabinets really is nice. Both those cabinets are really nice. I like the controls on it. But I'm doing the testing.
I never got one.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a hard time getting one at this point, I think.
Oh yeah, no, I have no interest. And Fret, I was going to say, Fretburner 89 has a question for you.
Yes.
Glenn, does your work both on PC
the Sinden Target
Pro,
the Sinden Target Pro out of the box comes with a connector that'll connect right up to the R-Cade 1-Up Big Buck Hunter. Plug it in, it's player 1. If you have 2 of them, or you want to make it player 2, you do have to connect it to your PC and change the camera from Sinden 1 to Sinden 2, so it knows to be the second gun. But if it's the first gun, it plugs in and goes. You can also plug it into a PC. This is a PC here running House of the Dead 3. And go. For the iiRcade, you have to launch the app for the Sinden and there's a little check mark there for joystick, because it's kind of weird. You have to put a joystick mode on, and then this works for the R-Cade for the on games that are on it, like my God, Operation Wolf, Operation Thunderbolt, games like that. So this is compatible with all of them.
Can't forget Zombie Raid.
Exactly. And of course, the Raspberry Pi and the Viper. And that's been the delay on the Viper, was this, because the Sinden driver for Android, which is this, the same chips that we're using, had a little issue where when you ran the game, your screen went from this to that. I mean, it worked, but it doesn't say full screen. We think we have the fix in place, and once we do a quick test on that, we'll be able to finally put the Viper up for pre-order, and you can pretty much just copy game ROMs to the Viper's onboard storage. It comes with 32 gigabytes on board. Just copy games right onto it. You can plug in your light gun, your boomstick. You can also make it work with the arcade sticks and everything else, or you can launch a program called R-Cade. And R-Cade is just a more optimized version. So if some games run a little bit slow on our build, the R-Cade will most likely run that smooth as glass. They're just much more optimized on it.
Cool.
I think that's it.
So we're at the top of the hour.
We are. And I have to I got to put all this stuff away. Put all these things out here now.
Yeah. You got to put it back in the box.
Everywhere.
But maybe next week we'll do that. We'll bring a box each and we'll see what happens.
We could do. You have boxes? You got some boxes with nothing in it? You don't know?
Like I told you, my wife wants me to go through about 4 or 5 of them. So 4 or 5 episodes.
We can do that. We can do that.
And they're full of Xbox 360 stuff, music to whatever. And I've got to go through them to say, okay, keep, throw out, yard sale, whatever. So I've got to do that for sure.
Okay, real quick, the Game Fridge wants the ETI and round 2 decks. They're in production. They're in production, and we're just testing them to make sure that the trackballs work, joystick works, buttons work. So any moment for those, they are and have been in production for a few weeks.
Rich Waldo says that was great fun. So the part is, this is not like, when you think about it, it's not a traditional unboxing. It's more like
retro unboxing.
It's kind of like, let's find out what's in this mystery box, because we're old bastards and we don't remember what's in the damn thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna write on the box. I'm gonna put on game controllers. So now I know for next time that don't throw this one away. Of course, if I do drop dead tomorrow, which could happen, my son will throw these right in the garbage.
No. Coleco one and the Intellivision one, bring it to me. So ship it.
You have to. I told you, and I told everyone else, you have to get on a plane. When I'm dead.
No. I'm going to have to drive, because the plane won't let me bring all that stuff on a plane.
But that's true. We can always ship it back.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like we're little kids. You ever do that when you were a kid, Stephen? Did you ever go to school and have a show and tell day? You come in and bring in a little show and tell item?
Yeah, and then in the afternoon, some kid would steal it from you because it's gone. That's what happened at our school. Some kid just gone. I
used to have a pen. It was a pen with water in it, and you would turn the pen over, and you would try to get the little thing in the pen to do things with water. It's like a game.
Yeah.
And someone stole it.
Is that the one where the bikini went away?
No, that was the pen. It just slid. This was actually a game. They're all different ones. You try to get a ball going through different things, but that was stolen. That was definitely a stolen item.
You have to put it in your prison pocket. Ew.
All right.
Thank you for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. It's Steven,
I appreciate
the first
it really,
one,
really
hands.
much.
It's Steven with a PH.
Yes.
By the way, that he wrote there. So it's a PH. Yep.
Appreciate all you guys coming every week. Again, this was more of a show that was like really off the cuff.
2 goofballs.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a nice weekend. I'm going to try and go outside, do some yard work. I'll try and do some cleaning in here, get that one bedroom finally turned back into a bedroom, and not have it being a. The reason it wasn't a bedroom anymore is because I had the flood, and I took pretty much everything out of here, and it got thrown upstairs. So I'm going to try and turn it back into a bedroom. Appreciate you guys, of course, every week. Stephen and I both do.
Yeah. If you got more crazy questions next week, bring them.
Yep. Bring them on.
We'll try to answer them as honest as possible.
Or dishonest. It doesn't matter, does it?
Whatever. Yeah. We'll take care of it. All right.
Everyone, have a good
night,
weekend. We appreciate you guys. And remember, don't let family and friends get too distant. Just take a moment, let them know they care, no matter where they are, who they were to you. Tell them you love them, and then you can game on afterwards. Have a good weekend, everyone.
And don't be an asshole.
Yeah, don't be an asshole.
Game on.
Sit, Blue, sit. Good dog.